Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Let's give it a few seconds as people enter our Zoom room. If we can begin with a heart tap, just so that I know everyone can hear as we greet each other. It's great to see everybody. And we thought it would be most appropriate to get into the spirit of Hanukkah, as Hanukkah is fast approaching, as we will light candles in person here at the temple and on Zoom as well. And we thought we would start with a video in celebration of Hanukkah and Stephen Sondheim, who passed away today. So let's roll it, Maddie, since we're on Zoom.
Candles were lighting on Hanukkah, blessings reciting on Hanukkah, fried foods were biting on Hanukkah, family uniting on Hanukkah. I made a clay dreidel to spin. Why does it only land on shin? Sufganiyot with my family. I'll take a latke if you please. Chocolate money on Hanukkah, latkes are crunchy on Hanukkah, presents from Bobby on Hanukkah. I want a puppy for Hanukkah. Latke. Menorah, come gather around the menorah and light each candle's flame while proudly we proclaim we're free. Menorah, recall the great temple's menorah and how the oil they found kept burning strong and proud brightly. Menorah, watch the flames as they're dancing, swaying. Feel the joy of the blessings we're saying. Menorah, with 8 lights, it's called Chanukiah. Dear mighty Antiochus, you gotta understand.
You boys can kiss our tuchus and get out of our land.
The soldiers smashed our temple and all our oil is bad. Goodness gracious, now you made us mad. Gee, King Antiochus, you're really obtuse. You'll never get us worshipping Apollo or Zeus. We don't bow to idols you're made out of wood.
Cause polytheism's no good.
It's no good, it's no good, it's no good. No, it's just no good. All this polytheism's no good.
Well, that was fun. It may not be Sondheim, but it certainly gets us in the spirit of Hanukkah. And we are blessed with some incredible music during the holiday. You'll hear more. But on the 8th night, we'll welcome the Maccabees, who are really the tops in Jewish a cappella. So if you haven't signed up and registered, we invite you to do so now because the room is filling up fast. So let's begin Shabbat with the Nigun in the spirit of Thanksgiving. A nigun, the melody, the words will ultimately be hodu, which means let us give thanks.
Try that together. Here we go.
We hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving yesterday and the people were able to gather. I know that our clergy are spread out with family Rabbi Sherman's in Vermont, and Rabbi Harper and Josh are in New York, and Cantor Zell is in New Jersey, and scattered all over. We are not meeting in the sanctuary because we rely on a lot of people to have services on Zoom and in the sanctuary in terms of our custodians and our technology staff. And so we thought tonight we would only go on Zoom so that people could be with their family. But please know that every other week we're going to be back in the sanctuary. Let's now begin Shabbat with the lighting of our candles. If you have candles in front of you on Zoom, we'd love to spotlight you. And we invite the Zells to lead us.
Thank you, Rabbi Sisson-Wine. I'm so grateful to be able to be with my family, and my sister Alyssa will join me in this blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Good Shabbos, everyone. It's nice to hear the harmonies from the Zell family. And let us continue with words of Kabbalat Shabbat. Lechu neranana, let us rejoice together, led by Josh.
Lechu neranana, l'Adonai. Let's do it. Lechu neranana, Letsuri sheinu nekadma fana vetoda. Repeat, Nadia. Nadia. Letsuri sheinu nekadma fana vetoda. Bismiro Nadia lo. Lechun heranena. Ladonai. Lechun heranena. Lechun heranena. Letsuri sheinu nekadma fana vetoda. Nariha. Letsuri sheinu nekadma fana vetoda. Bismirot nariha lo. Bismirot. Bismirot nariha lo. Bismirot. Bismirot nariha lo.
Continuing the celebration of Shabbat with the words L'chadodi, come, let us celebrate the bride. Let us welcome her into our hearts. Shabbat.
Shamor v'zachor b'diborecha, hishmi'anu el ha'miyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem u'l'tiferet v'l'tehila.
Lecha
otherwise in body or spirit as we greet the Sabbath bride. Boi v'shalom, ateret bala, gam b'simcha, uvetzola, toch emunei ham segula, boi chala, boi chala, kol echad odi likrat kala, kol pnei Shabbat nekabela, ol echad odi likrat kala, pnei Shabbat nekabela, pnei Shabbat
So we just said, Bo'i v'shalom, enter this peace with gladness and with joy. And so now that we've brought that gladness, that peace, that wholeness into our bodies, let us breathe that out and share that wholeness and that joy with the world as we join together with the breath, with the words of Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
We continue to share that with words of let there be love. So let us join together in this hashkivenu, this sheltering of love that we share with the world.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu leshalom. V'ha'amidenu shomreinu lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkivenu leshalom. Let there be love, let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storm.
We know that on Shabbat, we certainly spend time expressing our gratitude to God for the many gifts and blessings in our lives. And certainly yesterday on Thanksgiving was a time when we could reflect on many of the blessings in our lives. And so as we fill our sacred sanctuary and our sacred chat box with these blessings, let us invite this opportunity, this space to reflect on them in the context, in the space of Shabbat. If it is your practice, I invite you to rise in body or spirit as we join together with the words of Adonai Svatai.
Adonai Svatai Tiftach V'yagid Tehilatecha Adonai Svatai Tiftach V'yagid Tehilatecha Open up our lips so we may praise your name. Open up our hearts so we may feel our pain. Open up our souls and let our love make us whole, that we may praise your name, Adonai Svatai Tiftach V'yagid Tehilatecha Adonai Svatai Tiftach V'yagid Tehilatecha.
As I scroll through the chat room, I see so many things for which to be grateful. On the Shabbat closest to Thanksgiving, we add this prayer. Eloheinu v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, O God, God of our forefathers and mothers. We give our thanks to you for the multitude of blessings you shower upon us day by day. We thank you for our family and friends and for this land and for its great abundance. We thank you for our country and the precious blessing of freedom. Oh God, help us keep it strong and free. And we thank you for guiding our ancestors to these shores. We remember the sacrifices they and all those who bequeath to us made for our benefit. Let us too remember them and never forget their deeds and their love. Be with all who defend and serve us, O God. We thank you, Eternal One, for this land, for our lives, for its goodness, for the harvest, and for its many blessings. And let us all say, Amen.
From our Psalms, we receive the words, Hodu Ladonai Ki Tov. Thanks and praise to God, for God is good. So thankful for those words, Rabbi Sisson Wine, and for this music by composer Beth Stiles. For each day I live, my God, for each day I live, I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live. For each day I live, my God, for I am gifted by your glory. I am lifted by your love. I am grateful, grateful. Every day I live. Oh, do Ladonai ki tov. For each day I live, my God. For each day I live. I am grateful, grateful, forever grateful, grateful each day I live.
Amen. Amen. We offer prayers in moments of joy and gratitude, and we also offer prayers when we are reaching out in moments of need. We take this moment in our service to think of those whom we love who are in need of an extra measure of love and healing and Shabbat's peace. If there is someone for whom you are thinking and wishing a refuah shlema, a speedy healing, someone whom you want to say mishaberach for, our chat is open. Please lift up their names so that we may pray for them as a community all together. As these names flow in, we join together in words of mishaberach.
Avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mekor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Amen. So as we offer prayers again, especially in the spirit of gratitude in this week, I'm wondering if we have any big Shehechianu moments in the room. Let's start with birthdays. Does anyone share a birthday week with my very honored mother? Any birthdays this week? I'm scanning through. Debbie got better. I see a lot of waving over there. I'm not sure whose birthday, but happy birthday to you. I'm looking for hands, and I may not catch everybody, in which case I'm sorry. And yes, we did miss Rabbi Sapphire's birthday last week. She was too modest to say from the Bima, so a big belated happy birthday to you, Rabbi. So
and I
birthday.
must say, Rabbi Vanessa, that it is Danny Novisky that always texts me everyone else's birthday. So a happy big birthday to Danny Novisky.
Oh, wonderful. Happy birthday. Beautiful. Any big anniversaries this week? Anyone get married around Thanksgiving time? Looking through, I see there's like a fan that I keep thinking is hands. That's kind of funny. Good. Okay, anniversaries and a big one perhaps that we can get some cheers around the room. Did anyone get a chance to see someone they haven't seen in a long time, or maybe gather in a place you haven't gotten to gather in a while? Yes, beautiful. Wonderful. So happy to see that. So glad to hear it. I hope you all had
Rabbi Harper, I see that people are entering some beautiful blessings into our chat box. First day back after surgery. And I know Eric Rosen's wife, Barbara Epstein's birthday was this week. And I know Mazel Tov to Susie and Matt Lee's on their 25th anniversary. So many other celebrations we are joining with in the chat room too.
Absolutely. Beautiful. Keep sending in those blessings, those beautiful moments as we sing Shehechianu together, celebrating all the wonderful milestones that we get to experience in our year.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu
Amen. So a few words of teaching at this time that we are about to welcome Hanukkah. On Sunday nights, we know the Jewish community will begin to celebrate an ancient 8-day supply chain shortage by eating fried potatoes and donuts. And people question the secret to Jewish survival? In all seriousness, our Maccabean ancestors had to figure out a pretty serious supply shortage that went down in history, perhaps more than the supply shortages of 2020 and 2021. Many of us know this story well, as it was written in the Talmud. After reclaiming the Holy Temple in Jerusalem from the mighty Syrian Greek army, the Hasmoneans, our Jewish ancestors, the descendants of the Maccabees, rededicated the temple in Jerusalem. They attempted to rekindle the everlasting light of the holy menorah, but they searched and found only one small vessel of oil hidden away under the seal of the high priest. It contained only enough oil to light the menorah for one day. And then we read, Na'aseh bo nes v'hidliku mimenu shmona yamim. Yet a miracle occurred. The menorah was kindled from this oil for 8 days. From then on, these days were set aside as a festive occasion for rendering praise and thanksgiving. For so long, I simply accepted this explanation. But today, so many questions come to mind. Why was there not enough oil? Why couldn't they find any more, or why couldn't they get more? What sort of miracle occurred? The Talmud doesn't say it was explicitly divine. And how did the oil last for 8 nights? Well, we know from biblical archaeologists that the oil in question was most definitely olive oil. This is the oil that is originally mentioned in the book of Leviticus, used for many sacred rituals at the time, anointing a priest or a king, cooking, making sacrifices, and lighting the holy lamps in the temple. Olive oil was considered a precious and valuable resource, but it most likely wasn't scarce. Surely the oil that was used in the holy temple, though, would have had to been consecrated as holy, made and supervised by the high priest for the purpose of fulfilling a mitzvah. The Syrian Greek army, when destroying the temple, could have ransacked the storage of the sacred oil. So sure, it makes sense that after the pillages of war, the Maccabees couldn't find any remaining oil for the purpose of lighting the menorah. So how did the Maccabees manage? Well, this is where the commentaries get interesting. Rabbi Joseph Caro, the 6th 16th century writer of the Shulchan Aruch law codes, explains. They divided one night's oil into 8 portions. Miraculously, each portion lasted an entire night. So according to this explanation, the Maccabees took matters into their own minds and hands, knowing that they would want to light the menorah over a period of 8 days, which was a common amount of days to celebrate, think Passover or Sukkot. They rationed their oil to have enough to kindle the menorah every night for 8 days. The miracle was that each of these oil rations lasted an entire night. Rabbi Yitzchak Meir Rotenberg Alter, the first Hasidic rabbi, tells the story another way. He writes, the Maccabees, wanting the oil to last, made the wicks 1/8 of the normal thickness. Nevertheless, the flames burned just as brightly as if the wicks had been the normal thickness. Here, the miracle is a reward for the Maccabees' creativity and humility. They were willing for the light to burn less bright as long as they could kindle it for 8 nights. And it sounds like they made a specific calculation in order to find a way to burn what they thought would be a small flame each night. Only then did the miracle occur. The Maccabees teach us to be resourceful, creative, and flexible, and to light the fire even if we don't know for how long the light will burn. A good lesson for the times we are living in. The coronavirus has had an effect on the global supply chain, and we have experienced it locally. We've experienced it during these different times during the pandemic: empty shelves in supermarket aisles, limits on certain goods, delays in shipping and delivery. I read that usually Chabad orders the same signature disposable lightweight tin menorahs, you may know them, 6 months in advance of Hanukkah to distribute nationwide. This year, even 6 months in advance was cutting it close. With the clock ticking, Chabad had to work with multiple international logistics companies to expedite the menorah shipment. Getting a slot on a ship out of China is a challenge on its own. A worldwide shipping container shortage has brought up prices and made competition unusually fierce. Upon arrival on the west coast of America, the container met a backlog of cargo ships waiting days to unload at overwhelmed ports. Finally, more delays at US Customs proved one last hurdle before the menorahs were trucked off across the country, bound for New York. So it was just a few days ago, with little time to spare before Hanukkah, that the menorahs arrived to Chabad Shluchim across the country. 47,000 menorahs, when just a few days ago, there were none. Sounds like the story of the Maccabees all over again. The Maccabees teach us what to do when we have a finite amount of something that we need to make last, or when we only have a little bit and we think we need much more. They teach us how to stay calm when we start to worry about supplies running out. And the Maccabees this year even make me ponder how we empathize with individuals who live with less every day, who face shortages beyond those caused by COVID. The prophet Jeremiah compares the Jewish people to an olive tree, leafy, fair, with good fruit. Rabbi Yochanan comments on this teaching, saying, just as an olive does not give its oil except when squeezed, so too the Jewish people prevail when they are pressed or challenged. The olive tree is not like other trees whose fruit ripens little by little. The fruit of an olive tree takes a long time to ripen, but when it ripens all at once, producing abundant fruit. This Hanukkah, we remember the miracle of the olive oil. but let's not take it for granted. It is a story of resilience and smarts, creativity and persistence. Each year we recall this story, retell the miracle, and seek its inspiration. But I think this year we understand and connect with this story a bit more spiritually. Hanukkah is the story of short supply and large demand. And this, I believe, is life. May we too be like the olive, fair and bearing good fruit. And may we be like our heroic Maccabees, able to prevail when we are pressed and challenged. And for the record, I have no problem with our so-called secret to survival. Bring on the potatoes and the donuts, fried in lots and lots of oil. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Chanukah Sameach.
Light one candle for the Maccabee children. Give thanks that their light didn't die. Light one candle for the pain they endured when their right to exist was denied. Light one candle for the terrible sacrifice justice and freedom demand. Light one candle for the wisdom to know when the peacemaker's time is at hand. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Light one candle for the strength that we need to never become our own foe. Light one candle for those who are suffering the pain we learned so long ago. Light one candle for all we believe in. Let anger not tear us apart. Light one candle to bind us together with the peace as the song in our heart. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. What is the memory that's valued so highly that we keep alive in that flame? What's the commitment to those who have died when we cry out they've not died in vain? We have come this far, always believing that justice will somehow prevail. This is the burden, and this is the promise, and this is why we will not fail. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. It's lasted for so many years. Don't let the light go out. Let it shine through our love and our tears. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out. Don't let the light go out.
Thank you, Cantor, and thank you for that teaching, Rabbi Sapphire. Let us now transition back to our service for the words of Mourner's Kaddish. And I invite those of you who are within the period of mourning to identify yourselves by raising a hand or rising and recording the names of those individuals you're remembering in the chat room this evening. And I would like to add all of those individuals who passed during the last 30 days, the period of Shloshim. Phyllis Cohen, the mother of Leslie Prouda, David Cuskin, the father of Naomi Cuskin, Ronald Rosoff, the brother of Charmin Rosen and the father of Jessica Cates, Martin Shapiro, the father of Jennifer Chisholm, Zachary Adam Wall, the grandson of Stuart and Terry Kleeman, and Sarita Zell, the mother of Brian Zell and the grandmother of Cantor Zell. I've also been asked to recite the following names: Ruth Birnbaum, who passed this season in years past, the mother of Steve Birnbaum, and the mother of Terry Kleeman. I'd also like to recite the name of Carol Kerr, the wife of Mitch and the mother of Allison Kerr, Susie Lees and Dana Snyder, Edna Perlmutter and Lawrence Perlmutter, the mother and father of Carl, and Ellen Shub, the mother of Josh and the wife of Kathy Seltzer. We remember all of them along with all of those recorded in our chat room this evening, and I invite the mourners in our midst to recite the words of Mourner's Kaddish along with me. We'll place the words on the screen. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah, v'yamad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon, v'chayed chol beit Yisrael, v'galav izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevarach le'olam lomei omaya. Yitparach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei tekudesha v'richu. Le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. Da'amiran b'yama v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
So on this Thanksgiving weekend, we have Minyan tomorrow for Shabbat. And then we will soon be in December and celebrate Hanukkah. And we want to invite everyone back to the building if you're comfortable. We've been preparing for this moment. And so with the help of our reentry committee, we have a new policy. We are going to be fully masked as we gather in our sanctuary, but we're also requiring vaccinations at this point for all those who are eligible. And for our youngest children who have just received eligibility and are waiting, we're asking everyone at least be in the process of getting vaccinated, because we want to start gathering in the building as well as on Zoom. So in December, you're going to see a number of occasions welcoming you in our building, not just on Friday nights, but for the Maccabees coming up next Sunday. And so announcements to our clergy. I know there are a lot of big events coming up.
I can just list a few of them, but we're every night in the next week. Join us at 5:15 to light our brand new Chanukiah, and it's a sight to see. So I hope that you will join us outside at the temple, outside in our courtyard. And next week for TGIS in our sanctuary, please join us and bring a Chanukiah so we can light lots and lots of candles on the 7th night of Hanukkah. Of course, there's Maccabees, so please grab your tickets, which you'll need to join us for that event. We have a film festival online every night. So if you are interested in watching a film, please check out the links on our e-blast. We have winter collections happening with our Tikkun Olam initiatives with Boston Community Pediatrics, a coat drive, and the Trotter School, a gift drive. So I hope that as you're coming to the building, you will help those organizations and TBE as well. And then looking ahead, the weekend of December 10th to the 12th, Gabi and Naama will be here, our rabbi friends from Haifa, to teach in lots of different ways at the temple. And so we are very excited. Lots going on.
If you would like to spend some time with Gabi and Naama from Or Chadash in Haifa, please email me. We are setting up gatherings on Zoom and in person to say hello. We're looking forward to their arrival. So everything is on Zoom as well, including the lighting of our Hanukkah candles beginning on Sunday and every night after. And we hope to see you there. So let us now conclude with the blessing over the wine and the bread. And so if you have a Kaddish cup, we invite you to place it on the screen so that we can highlight a few of you as we continue with words of Kaddish.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Rabbi. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit. Ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim kivanu vacharta veotanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Lift him nice and high. Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
L'chaim, I just want to say it's good to see a lot of faces from far and wide, families back together from Colorado, from Florida. I see California. Don and Martha, it looks like you're on the 14th hole somewhere that's still sunny. Great to see you. Let us now say Motzi. Let's see a challah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. There we go.
Amen. Take a bite and let's open the mics to wish each other Shabbat Shalom. Happy Hanukkah, everybody.
Happy Hanukkah.
Happy
Shabbat shalom, Nava.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Orange sapphire.
Hello, Mourner Sapphire.
Orange sapphire. Exorcist eye.
Shabbat shalom, Ella.
Okay.
Shabbat shalom, Nancy and Howard.
Everybody.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.